Welcome to DBL. We're back.
Yes.
Every day. We missed you guys.
Yes.
We've
missed you guys.
me and my alter ego.
Yes.
We missed you too.
I miss sitting with you guys. I'm glad we're back.
Me too.
And I'm glad that I killed the energy by saying that. I'm sorry. Dr. Coley, let's just start apparently.
Dr. Coley's like,
no one gave me anything.
Let's get on with
Just
it.
stared at
Okay,
me.
so it is the start of the new year. Happy New Year, by the way, which of course means millions of us are starting our New Year's resolutions. And according to Forbes, the most popular resolutions revolve around health and exercise. So we've got our very own Dr. Coley here to help kick things off right now. Dr. Coley, good to see you. You look beautiful as well.
Good to see you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yay.
Okay, so the top New Year's resolutions are all about improving fitness, losing weight, and of course having a better diet, which we all make all the time, right? Majority of these folks last about 2 months. Not great. Talk to us about how we can set them correctly for them to last longer.
You know, it's fascinating, but there's actually a science behind how we do our New Year's resolutions. It's a behavioral science or psychological science that helps us keep them longer. So I want to go through this with you guys. So the first is you want to be goal-oriented rather than avoidance-oriented. So instead of saying, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to smoke, I'm not going to go on social media, these are all negative connotations. It automatically makes it feel like something bad. Right. There's also this phenomena that we have called psychological reactance. So if I said to you guys, don't think about a pink elephant. No matter what, don't think about it.
That's already, I'm already doing it.
It's
right here,
right? That's like how I am when I have to fast for a blood test. I can't have anything to eat or drink. I get so thirsty. You want it more because you can't have it. So that's that kind of psychological reactance. So instead of saying I can't have a drink after work, try to meet your friend for a cup of coffee. So you put a positive spin on it instead.
Smart.
Yep. Try to set up an environment, guys, where you can actually make those New Year's resolutions happen. So, for example, let's say your resolution is to stop snacking as much or not drink sodas. What's an easy way to do that?
Remove snacks.
Not have them in your cupboard.
Don't have them in the house, right? Then how are you going to get it
I
when
don't know
you
when
feel
she
like...
said what's an easy way, I panicked immediately. I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
You make different things out of snacks.
Sorry.
And similarly, like you want to get more steps in, you park as far away as possible. So try to set yourself up for success in a way that you can actually make it happen.
Smart. Very.
And then finally, set really realistic goals and use short-term horizons. So I do the exercise is one for me. I'm like, I'm going to exercise every day for the rest of the year. That's never going to happen, right? And so I say I'm going to exercise 3 times a week for January, so that by the time February comes, I have what's called a fresh start effect. And I feel like I've accomplished something rather than feeling like I failed because I set myself up for
If I can do this, what else could I do?
Great advice.
Or you could just redefine exercise.
Okay, Al.
Ow.
Let's go.
It's a new year, dude.
Walking
Throwing
to
out
the fridge.
options. All right, Doc, a lot of people overate over the holidays, as I feel like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
This is the time to do it. But now it's the second, and everybody's like, oh my goodness, I got to lose this weight. What are some of the best strategies to kind of get back to a healthier you?
Yeah, damage control on our diet, right? This month, I think that's really important to do. The most important strategy, Al, concrete goals. So don't just say, I'm going to eat better, I'm going to lose weight. Set a target. I am going to lose 1 pound a week for the month of January by eating this many calories every day. So, and the way to figure out what your number should be is to calculate what you're eating now and take away 10 to 15%. So drop that number down by 10%. Set that as your caloric intake and stick to it by counting. So that's a very concrete goal. If you want to eat more fiber or fruits and vegetables, you need to make sure every single meal is 50% fruits and vegetables, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A quarter lean protein, chicken, fish, or tofu, and a quarter whole grain. That way you have a very concrete sort of recipe rather than this nebulous thing of let me try to eat salad every day for the month of January, because that's, again, not realistic.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Doc, I jump on the trendy train once a year. I'm not really a fan, but I do dry January. 15 to 19% of Americans also do dry January. What are some benefits of giving up alcohol for the whole month?
It's pretty incredible, actually. I mean, you can lose 4.5 pounds on average. So the British Medical Journal studied this in healthy British men who volunteered to do this. 4.5 pounds just in 1 month. They had lower blood pressure, better mood, better sleep, and their markers of insulin sensitivity went up, and their cancer-causing growth factors went down in just a month. So it's really incredible. And it's not just about the biological changes, Jeff, it's the psychological changes, because it gives you control back. This is not about sobriety. This is about discipline and control. And it's about saying, I choose not to drink. Not that I can't drink, but I choose not to, and actually results in less drinking all throughout the year. Pretty fascinating.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good resolution, buddy.
But
Yeah.
I'm curious, what are the rest of your resolutions? We heard Jeff's, but
This is the first year that I've changed mine. So every year I have the same resolution, which is to be present. This year I'm very intentional. We went on a trip with my parents, and I realized, wow, like I need to have. Oh, look it.
There's
That's at
Oman
Devil's Thumb
Opa.
Ranch, by the way. If you have not been there, it is pure magic, and it was the best trip. So for me, while we were there, I realized I am on cloud 9, experiencing these moments and building these memories with my kids and their grandparents, my parents. And we all know that life is short, and tomorrow is not promised. And I just had this like really powerful epiphany that I want more than ever to intentionally set up experiences, just like at Devil's Thumb, to be with my parents and build these lasting memories. So this year, I want to have multiple adventures and experiences with my parents. And hopefully by the end of the year, I can kind of like show more pictures or kind of check those boxes and say, I actually did that. So I said goodbye to my parents this morning, and I was like,
Oh my
I
God,
know.
Sammy,
I know.
that's
And shout out to
beautiful.
Devil's Thumb, by the way. It was amazing.
Right.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
What about you two?
Really quickly, for me, I set 2 goals last year that I felt were long term, and I was able to meet those. So I think this year,
What were they?
to release a comedy and a music album in the same year, and I
And
got
you did.
yeah, I released
Congratulations.
so that happened. Yeah, that was
Good
good.
job, buddy.
It was cool, but you know what? Honestly, it was a lot of work, and I did a lot of it on my own, and it took up a lot of personal time, the time that I could have spent with, you know, just people that I care about and just living life. And I tend to throw myself into work, so I think I'm going to try and do a little less this year. But I
I'd
don't
like
know
to
what
see
I don't know
more.
what that looks like. I don't know
Good
how to
for
relax.
you.
So,
You
yeah, I got to
can.
work on that.
Good for you.
I
What
get
about you,
bored.
Tori?
Yeah, you get bored. I'm doing systems. That's my word of 2024. So I read Atomic Habits by James Clear. You would love it. And it's all about how to behaviorally, scientifically change a habit. So one thing is, for me, making an X and seeing it on a calendar is important. So if I don't drink, a big X goes up. If I work out, a big W. And I keep it up so I can see that I'm making that kind of progress.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I also make very clear goals that are sort of limited to things. So instead of, again, I don't want to be drinking as much, I want to enjoy a new friendship with my Pilates instructor, something that I can do a little
that.
bit. Yeah, so I highly suggest it. Atomic Habits, really clear set goals, trying to not be as late, trying to be more on time, just little things, not
Cute.
fall down as much.
You got this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do. And before we go, we got to hear Dr. Coley's. You
Yeah,
gotta-
what
Is
are
it a
your goals?
word? Is it, what is it?
I think it's to be kinder to myself, because we are all so hard on ourselves, and it's something we don't realize. We chip away at ourselves and our soul, and I love yours. I love all of yours, actually, but I think part of what everyone has set up here, to spend time with family, to be more present, to have a way to reward ourselves when we reach our goals, that would be mine.
And to
You didn't
love
mention
ourselves.
Tori's not falling down. Did you get that?
I hurt myself a lot, so.
Yeah, you do.
She does. All right, well, DBL Nation, go follow Dr. Coley on social media at Pyle Coley MD. Also, be sure to subscribe to her YouTube page. Plus, check out her podcast, Heart of Medicine, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you so much, Dr. Coley.
Thanks,
Happy
Doc.
New Year. We'll be right back.